welcome back to the Ascent Trading YouTube channel, and today it's going to be a very chill video. It's a Friday and I am suffering from a week's worth of burnout, so we're going to talk about the 7 killers of success. Now, throughout my, I guess I call it business journey, trading journey, whatever you want to call it, I've noticed that these 7 consistent tasks will make you unsuccessful. They will make you lazy, and most importantly, they will completely destroy your version of success, completely destroy your work ethic. They will slow you down tremendously. So these are 7 things to totally avoid. Number 1 is indifference. And this is just drifting through life. This is shrugging everything off, accepting what is, not taking control. And personally, what I'll realize is that, or personally from my own experience, is that indifference is such a killer to me personally because there were so many times in my life where I can look back and be like, I was really drifting. I was really just going through the motions. I wasn't taking control. I wasn't using my time wisely. If you're sitting there and you're shoulder shrugging everything off and you're completely blown off from society, you're just going with the flow, you're doing it wrong. You gotta pour it on. You gotta do as much as you can in the time that you have, right? We're not here put on this planet to be lazy. We're put on this planet to become greater. Number 2 is indecision. Now this is mental paralysis. This is not being able to make a decision. This is being so hung up on the what ifs that you don't take the risks of what could be. You have to be aware of what the risks are, but you have to be prepared to lose it all trying to do what you love. Success is a one-way road. It is a sacrificial road, and it is an uphill road. You have to be so disciplined. You have to be so consistent, and you have to be willing to lose it all to succeed at one point. The way I look at indecision is you have to pick a road, right? It's either you're going to do it this way or you're going to do it that way. And either way you go, there's the outcome of successful or non-successful. And realistically, in my perspective, it's a win-win scenario. If you win successfully, congratulations. You get instant dopamine. You worked towards something and you were successful on it your first try. You don't learn anything, but you were successful, so take the wins as they come. If you lose and you fail, there's such a better learning opportunity there. You learn so much more when you fail. You want to change when you fail. It forces you mentally to rethink the things that you are doing and why you are failing. The third killer to success is doubt. Now, doubt is pretty simple. All it is you don't have confidence in yourself. You have no ability to believe in yourself. And that's the worst part about it, because if you're going into business, if you're going into trading, if you're doing anything to better yourself, you gotta believe in yourself. And this shoots back to our previous video about, perception of the mind and all that, and how we can live in a delusional state to become better. Doubt is the worst killer of success, and self-doubt is the absolute worst killer of a person. If you're looking at a scenario when you're going into a business or trying to be successful or trading or just bettering yourself as a human, there's always going to be the what if or the I don't know if I can or what if this doesn't work out. Silence those thoughts. Silence those voices. Get rid of them. It's not about the what ifs. It's about the what could be. We said it already before in this video. You need to believe in yourself. You need to believe that even if you fail, you can bounce back and be successful with it. It is a constant state of delusion. The number 4 killer of success is worry. Now, worry can completely destroy your mental frame. We have so many things that we quote-unquote worry about on a daily basis. We have our health, we have family problems, we have social issues, we have a bunch of things that we can worry about, and we can lose our minds worrying about everything. But that's the worst part about it. You cannot focus on the bads. Instead of being a worrier, you have to be a warrior. If you worry for too long, or you dwell on things too negatively, it basically brings you to your knees. You are unable to get out of that negative thinking habit, and that's just not a good way to live life, because no matter what positive things you might do, you'll never see it in your own mind as something positive. The number 5 killer of success is overcaution. Overcaution calls back to the what if scenarios. If we're overthinking, if we're overanalyzing, we'll never be able to take the risk and just jump into it. Sometimes the best way you can learn something is jumping into it blindly and figuring it out as you go. I know that that works for me personally because I'm very good on my feet, but not everyone's like that. People who overcaution themselves always think of risk as caution, right? If it's risky, maybe it's not for me because there's all these potential downsides. And that's a terrible mindset because realistically, if you want it to work, it will work. You have to take those potential downsides and eliminate them. Now, sure, there's always going to be a downside, but making that downside smaller than the upside is the goal at the end of the day. It's all risk. Everything we do is risk. We get in our cars to go to work every morning. That's risk. We, breathe in the air every morning. That's risk. That could be your last breath and Jesus. That could be your last breath and you never know it. Everything is risk, so why not just go for it? And the number 6 killer of success, what we were just talking about, pessimism. Always thinking negatively, never seeing the upside, never seeing the positives. You have to constantly live in that state of delusion where everything is a positive. Even when you fail, it's a positive because you learn something. Pessimism leads to a very ugly life because, again, you'll never see the upsides. And if we talk about the perception of our mind, we talk about how we can completely eliminate the pessimistic thoughts and feelings that we might have towards ourselves. We don't want to feel negative. We want to be positive. Everything we do should add value to our life. We should be taking every experience with the thought that anything that comes out of it is a positive outlook. And number 7, and I'll end it on this one because this is the most important, is complaining. If you are constantly complaining about your situation, your environment, your habits, and you are not taking action to change those habits and what you're complaining about, then it's all for naught. You're complaining because you won't take action. And that's what it comes back to. You have to take action. You have to take the risk. You have to try it. Every second that you waste complaining, you could be working. You could be bettering yourself. You could be using your time wisely. In reality, what the real killer of success is poor thinking habits. Your poor thinking habits lead to a poor perception of yourself. And you cannot build a solid foundation for success if you do not have that good, positive belief in your head about what you're doing. In success and in business and in trading, the psychological aspect of it and the way your mental is framed is so important constantly. There is no way that you cannot succeed without having a strong, disciplined mind. It's impossible. Anyone who has ever been successful has had a strong, disciplined mind. They have their emotions in check. They're in decent health. They have their shit in order. And it's not just about the money. It's not just about being the success. It's about bettering yourself as a human. And not thinking any of these negative thoughts that lead to the killer of success, not even just the killer of success, the killer of your own mental, the killer of your positive vibes. You absolutely have to eliminate these from your life if you want to live a good, happy, fulfilling life. Thank you very much for watching this short video. I hope that you guys really take this into consideration, take notes, write these down, because these killers of success, being aware of them, made me a lot more successful. It helped me a lot. And I'll say this last, having a third-person point of view on yourself, even in your own mind, is very helpful. It keeps you very humble and it keeps you very grounded. So thank you again for watching and listening. Follow all of our socials, link in the description below, and have a green trading week.